we've gone through all the divisions, so it is time to make our playoff and Super Bowl predictions. The way we're going to do this, I think I should go through my entire AFC and NFC side of the bracket. Then we'll do yours, and then we'll talk about the Super Bowl. So, in the AFC, as a reminder, this is what I have in terms of the standings. I have Buffalo as the 1 seed, which will set up a wild card matchup between the number 7 seed Las Vegas Raiders and the number 2 seed Kansas City Chiefs, an AFC West matchup. I think the Chiefs will win that matchup. I think it will be not even close. The Raiders are a nice story. They make the playoffs. They get blown out by Kansas City. The number 6 seed, the Baltimore Ravens, they go to the jungle to take on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. And Josh, this is where I think Bengals fans are disappointed because I think Lamar does go over Burrow in the playoffs. And the Ravens go into Cincinnati and win on the road. And then we have the rematch of last year's wild card round between the Chargers and Texans. I think the Chargers get their revenge on the Texans for that game. They advance. That sets up a divisional round that you can wet your beak to of the number 5 seed Chargers going to the number 2 seed Kansas City Chiefs for a third time. So I have a lot of divisional rematches in the AFC. I have the Chiefs winning that for the third time. I think they will defeat the Chargers in Kansas City after the Chargers actually beat them in Kansas City in the regular season. And then that sets up the number 6 seed Buffalo Bills or the number 6 seed Ravens, at the number 1 seed Buffalo Bills, a rematch of last year's divisional round. I think Josh Allen once again defeats Lamar Jackson, which sets up another year, Bills Chiefs, AFC Championship game, but this time it's in Buffalo. And Josh, if it's not this year, when is it going to be the year that tables will be burning? Because the Buffalo Bills will be going back to the Super Bowl for the first time since the 1990s as the number 1 seed. Their last year at Highmark Stadium, they represent the AFC.
If that happens, Buffalo will burn, not just tables.
Now, representing the NFC, I have another NFC North playoff rematch between the Bears, 7 seed, the Packers, the 2 seed. I have the Packers winning that game, and I don't think it's particularly close. I think Caleb will struggle in his first playoff game. Green Bay advances. I have the 6 seed Cardinals taking on the 3 seed Rams in another NFC West third time showdown. This is a rematch from the 2021 playoffs when Arizona got blown out by the Rams. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I think the Rams do advance in that game. And then the number 5 Detroit Lions against the number 4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. Now, we know these two teams have played a lot of close games the last couple of years. I think the Lions have the better roster. I don't think the weather will be an issue down in Tampa for a dome team like the Lions. I think they go into Tampa, they win that game. That sets up what the Lions fans think should have been the NFC Championship rematch a year ago between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Lions going into Lincoln Financial Field in January is a tough ask. I think my Eagles will advance to play the Packers in a rematch of last year's NFC wild card in the NFC Championship. And this is where, Josh, I'm gonna go off the rails, or I'm gonna shock you. Again, this is where I predicted this prior to the Micah Parsons trade. I had the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl prior to the Micah Parsons trade, and I have the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl this year against the Buffalo Bills. As much as it pains me to say it, it's really hard to go back to back. I don't want to put a curse on my team, so as much as I want it to happen,
Madden might have taken care of that for you.
Yeah, as much as I am rooting for it to happen, as much as I may switch my pick on January, right now, like I had the Lions over the Eagles in last year's NFC Championship, I have the Packers over the Eagles in this year's NFC Championship in Philadelphia.
Okay. So, with me, let me pull up my notes so I know I'm not crazy.
I have the standings here if you need help for you.
Okay. So I have the number 7 Chargers taking on the number 2 Ravens in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson just runs all over this Chargers defense. Ravens win. Then I have the number 6 seed Patriots taking on the number 3 seed, the Denver Broncos. Sorry, New England, but this is where your magic carpet ride comes to an end. I really like them defensively, but I got Denver. And then the number 5 seed Chiefs, excuse me, taking on the number 4 seed Houston Texans. Don't bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. You will regret it. Chiefs win. So that takes us to the divisional round, which would send the Chiefs to take on the Ravens, I believe.
No, they take on the Bills.
Oh, yes. And then that would mean Broncos at Ravens. Okay. Like you said, this game's going to be in Buffalo. If not now, when? Like I said, I don't fully trust Kansas City offensively. Josh Allen finally does it. He slays the Chiefs dragon and gets Buffalo to the AFC Championship, where he will take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in a rematch of last year's AFC Championship or AFC
divisional round.
And even though the game's in Buffalo and it's the final season at Highmark Stadium, you will not be jumping through tables.
Wow.
Because Lamar Jackson will go into Buffalo, beat Josh Allen, and the Baltimore Ravens will go to the Super Bowl to take on, spoiler alert, the Super Bowl MVP, Jordan Love, and the Packers.
Okay, so I'm assuming then you can go through your NFC side of the bracket. This will be interesting.
Yes, I have like I said, I have Green Bay as the number 1 seed. So I have the Eagles hosting the Bears in the wild card round. Come on. Caleb Williams making his first playoff start in Lincoln Financial Field. No chance. Philadelphia wins that one. The number 3 seed Rams, they will host the number 6 seed Commanders. I've got Washington winning that one.
Okay.
And then the number 5 seed Lions, they will head down to the ATL to take on the Falcons. Atlanta's good. Detroit's better. I got Detroit. So tell me my divisional round.
So your divisional round then. So if you have Washington and Detroit winning, that would send Washington to Green Bay and Detroit to Philly.
Okay. And that's those are exactly the matchups I wanted. Detroit at Philly. Right? Yeah,
correct.
Detroit, Philly.
Yeah.
The game people thought should have been the NFC Championship last year. Like you, I don't trust Detroit in Philadelphia in that snow. They are a dome team. They will fight you because they are the fighting Dan Campbells, but Philadelphia wins. Essentially, you and I have the same NFC championship.
We have the same NFC championship result, just in a different location. I actually have Green Bay going into Philly. You have Philly coming to Green Bay.
Yes, and that's what makes the difference for me, is the fact that the game is being played in Green Bay, in Lambeau, in January. I know Philly is comfortable playing outdoors in the snow, but it's different playing in Green Bay late in January. I got the Packers. They face the Ravens in Super Bowl 60, and the Green Bay Packers will hoist the Vince Lombardi Trophy Jordan Love wins Super Bowl MVP. I'll even give you a final score prediction. Packers, I think this is going to be a bit of a higher scoring game. Packers 31, Ravens 27.
I have Packers 24. Buffalo Bills 31, baby. They're jumping through tables. Josh Allen is the Super Bowl MVP.